Hi friends, today we're going to read Hen's Feathers, and the author of this book is Katherine Sully, and the illustrator is Frank Eldersby. Now what did we say that the author was? The person who writes the story. And the illustrator is the person who draws or makes the pictures, right? Hen's Feathers. Okay. And where do you think these chickens probably live? Right, on a farm. Hedda and Hilda were sisters, but not from the same clutch of eggs. Now, what do you think a clutch of eggs are, friends? First of all, where do you think these eggs come from? The chickens lay the eggs. And the clutch of eggs is a group of eggs that they had laid. They call them a clutch. And then when they hatch, they might have another clutch of eggs, another group of eggs, and that would be called another clutch. Okay, Hedda was older than Hilda, so that made Hedda Hilda's older sister. She must have came from the first clutch of eggs. Now, do some of you friends have older brothers and sisters? How about maybe some of you are older brothers and sisters? Okay. Hilda had plump, shiny black feathers, sunshine yellow legs and beak, and a beautiful red comb. What do you think a comb might be? Maybe this red part on top of the chicken's head, huh? Hedda was dull and brown, but she was very kind and took good care of Hilda. Every morning, long after the rooster had crowed, the hens all waddled out of the hen house looking for their breakfast. What do you think hens would eat for breakfast? Maybe, what do they do with their legs, with their feet? They scratch at the ground. And what do you think they're scratching for? Right, worms and maybe bugs. Also, they might eat things that the farmer gives them, like corn feed and, different heat. There's other kind of feed that they might feed the chickens. Hilda was very popular with other chickens. She was always in the middle of the crowd, clucking and clicking about this and that. On this particular morning, there was a new hen in the yard. She had fluffy white feathers. Soon everyone crowded around to meet her. And what do you think? Who do you think this is up here on top of the wall here? Right, that is the rooster. And the rooster is the boy chicken. The hens are the girl chickens. The new hen's name was Chantilly. Everyone cooed and clucked. What a pretty name! What's more, Chantilly had won a prize for the farm show. Everyone wanted to be her best friend. Except Hilda. Hilda sulked. What do you think the word sulked might mean? Yeah, maybe it means kind of sad and mad, huh? Chantilly's prettier than me, grumbled Hilda, and she's more popular. Don't be silly, Hilda, said Hedda. You're just as pretty as Chantilly, but in a different way. As we all are, friends, right? We all look different, but we all have some form that makes us special, huh? The next morning, Hedda couldn't find Hilda anywhere. Then she spotted the other hens all crowded around Chantilly. She went over to see if Hilda was there. You'll never guess what, Chantilly was saying. The fox is back. There was no sign of Hilda. Now Hedda was getting really worried. Hilda could be in big trouble if that fox was back. Now, why do you think she was worried about that fox being back? Yeah, she was afraid he might get her sister, huh? Hedda rushed all around the farmyard looking for Hilda. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the pig, but he was too busy eating to reply. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the farm cat, but she was too rude to reply. Now, what do you think this word reply might mean? It's like if you ask someone a question and they might give you an answer. That's what the word reply would probably mean. That she was waiting for them to answer her. Have you seen Hilda? She asked the rooster. She was around here earlier, he crowed. She was disturbing me while I was preening my feathers. What do you think preening might mean, friends? Is that something like fluffing or cleaning his feathers? Now, can you think of a time when you might do something like preening before you come to school in the morning? Yeah, maybe when you're combing your hair or washing your face or brushing your teeth. I think, oh, that might be called preening for us, huh? Hedda went back to the farmer just in time to see Hilda. She had rooster feathers stuck to her head and tail and was strutting around the farmhouse, or hen house. The other hens were giggling behind their wings. Even Hedda had to admit that Hilda looked pretty silly. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very cross. What do you think that word cross might mean? Yeah, maybe it means, mad. I don't know why everyone thinks Chantilly's so wonderful, she snapped. Hedda looked at her sister. Chantilly's a very nice hen, said Hedda. Just because her feathers are perfect, grumbled Hilda. The following morning, the hens were all in a flutter. During the night, the fox had been back and eggs were missing. The hens gathered outside the hen house. Hedda looked around. Hilda was missing too. Look over here, said Chantilly. She had spotted rooster feathers near a hole in the fence. Over here. They crowded around, gasping and tutting. It was clear to everyone that the fox had taken Hilda. Now, what do you think they think that fox took Hilda? Right, because Hilda was wearing rooster feathers the day before. And then now there's rooster feathers laying there at the opening where the fox came in. The hens did their best to comfort Hedda. She was a lovely hen, they clucked. The best sister you could have wished for. Hedda was heartbroken. What do you think the word heartbroken means? Right, it might mean sad. Just then, Hilda turned up, wearing peacock feathers. She looked ridiculous. But this time, no one was laughing. They were all too cross. Now, what did we say that word cross meant? Yeah, mad, That's what we said. That night in the hen house, Hilda was very upset. I just wanted everyone to notice me, she hiccuped. You don't need all those peacock feathers, Hilda, Hedda clucked gently. We all love you just as you are. Suddenly they heard a scuffling and a squawking. Hedda and Hilda rushed out of the hen house to find the fox with Chantilly in his mouth. As quick as a flash, Hilda plucked the peacock feather from her tail and tickled the fox's nose. The fox froze, his nose twitched, his eyes squeezed shut, and achoo! Chantilly shot from his mouth and escaped. The next morning, the hens gathered to hear about the night's events. Hedda smiled to herself as she spotted Hilda. In the middle of the crowd was her sister with her wing around Chantilly. And that's the best use for peacock feathers, I know, clucked Hilda, as she told the story to her crowd of admirers one more time. The end. That was a very nice story, friends. Now, why do you think that Hilda was so upset about Chantilly? All right, because she felt that she stole her friends and she was kind of what you call jealous. And it made her very cross, which means mad. Right. But then in the end, they became friends because you know what? It's better to be friends than to be angry or upset or cross at somebody, isn't it? That's right. Well, that's our story, friends. Thank you for coming and listening.